All right, let's dive into one of the fastest, most powerful technological shifts in human history, artificial intelligence. I mean, this thing is reshaping our world as we speak. But here's the big question, right? Is this revolution going to lead us to some incredible new future, or are we headed for something way more dangerous? That's what we're going to unpack today. So check out this number, 100 million. What is that? Well, that's how many users ChatGPT got in just 2 months. 2. To give you some perspective, it took Instagram 2.5 years to hit that same number. The speed here, it's just completely unprecedented. We've never seen anything like it.
And that really says it all, doesn't it? This isn't some sci-fi movie fantasy about a far-off future. The AI boom is here. It is happening right now. It's already changing everything, from entire industries to how we live our daily lives. And this incredible power, well, it brings both amazing promise and some really serious peril. So today, we're going to break down that whole landscape.
Okay, so let's start with the promise. The good stuff, all the incredible optimism around AI. The people who are building this stuff see it as a brand new form of intelligence that we can plug in, well, everywhere. It's a tool that could completely redefine how we solve problems, how we create, how we do pretty much anything. So what's really fascinating is how this intelligence is actually being put to work. It basically breaks down into 2 camps. On one side, you've got cloud AI. Think of this as the giant brain in the sky, perfect for training massive, super complex models on enormous amounts of data. But then you've got edge AI. This is the cool part. It's where the thinking happens right on your device. When your phone unlocks with your face instantly, or a self-driving car has to slam on the brakes, those are split-second decisions made right there, on the edge. No need to phone home to the cloud. And get this, by 2026, the experts are saying these 2 systems won't be separate things at all. They're going to team up into what they're calling a coordinated continuum. So picture this. The cloud does all the heavy lifting, all the training. Then, the edge devices, your car, your phone, whatever, make those lightning-fast decisions. And finally, physical things, like robots or cars, actually act on those decisions in the real world. It's a completely seamless flow of intelligence, from the cloud to the street.
And this quote from Jonathan Swanson, the founder of Thumbtack, just nails it. He says, "Delegation isn't just about offloading tasks, but creating leverage." And that's the key word right there, leverage. For businesses, for innovators, this is the whole game. You let the AI handle the complex but kind of repetitive stuff, and that frees up humans, us, to focus on the big picture, on creativity, strategy, all the things that, machines just can't do.
Right, so this isn't just theory or something that's coming someday. This new kind of intelligence is already out there, right now, acting like this incredibly powerful new toolkit that's basically rebuilding entire industries from the ground up. I mean, look at what's already happening. You've got AI platforms like Harvey that are totally changing the game for huge law firms. All that tedious research and document drafting, AI's on it. In medicine, it's even more incredible. AI is speeding up drug discovery, helping scientists find new antibiotics, new treatments for diseases like Parkinson's, and it's doing it way faster and cheaper than we ever could before. And that's not even mentioning what's happening in finance, farming, even military logistics. It's everywhere. Okay, but here's where the story takes a turn. This amazing new toolkit, it comes with a cost. This crazy fast rollout of a technology that can literally change the world, well, it's not all sunshine and roses. There are some huge challenges and some very, very real risks. The same tool that promises to build so much could also be the thing that tears a lot down. So take a look at this. A huge global study from CISAC, that's the international group that represents creators, is sounding a major alarm. They're basically saying that the way generative AI is just exploding, training itself on all the art and music and writing that already exists, it's putting the entire future of human creators and the whole creative industry in some serious danger. And this is not just some philosophical debate either. This number right here, 51, that's how many active copyright lawsuits are projected to be filed against the big AI companies by the end of 2025. That's a huge deal. It tells you that a massive legal and ethical war over data, ownership, and what it even means to be creative is already raging. And that whole legal mess, that's just one piece of the puzzle. The peril goes deeper. The way these AI systems are actually built, well, it creates these fundamental problems, these cracks in the code that are unbelievably hard to fix.
Okay, so we have to talk about something called the black box problem. This is at the heart of everything. Modern AI, especially the stuff built on what they call deep neural networks, which are these super complex systems that kind of work like a human brain, they're so complicated that, and this is the crazy part, not even the people who made them can fully explain how they reach their decisions. The logic is just hidden inside this mysterious, opaque black box.
And here's why that's so dangerous. When you can't see inside the box, you can't see the problems. And when that AI learns from our messy, biased human history, it doesn't just copy our biases. Oh no, it can amplify them, supercharge them, and then bake that discrimination right into the code.
And this has led to some truly disastrous, really damaging real-world failures. You might remember back in 2015, Google Photos had an algorithm that started labeling photos of black people as gorillas. Just awful. And then there's the Compass program, an AI system used all over U.S. courts to predict if a defendant is likely to commit another crime.
Well, a major investigation by ProPublica dug into that system, and what they found was chilling. The algorithm was racially biased. It consistently overestimated the chance that a black person would reoffend. Think about that. Even without being told someone's race, it was way more likely to flag black defendants as high risk and white defendants as low risk. These aren't just glitches in the code. These are black box decisions that have severe, life-altering consequences for real people.
So, faced with these huge, profound challenges, what are we doing about it? Well, the good news is there's now a massive global effort kicking into high gear to try and get a handle on these risks and build some guardrails. The goal is to figure out how to innovate responsibly, without breaking the world.
And you can see on this timeline just how fast things are moving. It really kicked off with the first AI Safety Summit in the late 2023. And then, boom, just a few months later, you have the AI Seoul Summit, where all the big tech companies actually made public promises about new safety rules. This isn't just a bunch of meetings. It is a full-on global scramble to build the rules of the road for AI before this thing gets too far ahead of us.
And the scale of this is just huge. We're talking about nations that represent over 70% of the entire global economy, and they're all actively working on creating new AI regulations right now. That is a massive, flashing sign that the Wild West, unregulated days of AI development are officially coming to a close.
So, where does all of this leave us? Well, we're at this incredible crossroads, aren't we? In one hand, we're holding a technology that could genuinely solve some of our biggest problems. But in the other hand, it's a technology that could lock in our worst biases and create dangers we can't even imagine yet.
The promise is to have intelligence everywhere. The peril is figuring out how we control it. And as we push deeper into this new world, some people are warning about a potential intelligence explosion, a moment where AI starts improving itself so fast that it just shoots past our ability to control it. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important question of all, the one we all have to figure out together. As AI gets smarter and smarter, how do we make absolutely sure that the future remains human?